Do y'all remember CandyKen? If you do, then I'm sorry for bringing up that bad memory of your past. But if you don't, then I'm sorry for what I'm about to show you. I just need to get those apologies out of the way before we start the video. CandyKen was really popular back in like the Visco girl era of the internet, like TikTok, where they would be like
Sipping on my hydro flask, saving turtles is a blast.
His old videos were absolutely insane. If you've ever watched that Danny Gonzalez video about this guy, then you know how crazy they are, and that's just a surface level. I need to warn you again for what I'm about to show you. There's about a 90% chance you're gonna want to bleach your eyes out after this.
Why is it yellow? Oh my god. What? Why is it yellow? Wait. Yeah. You guys. No, it was you. It was you.
Visco girls were really popular in like 2019, 2020. So obviously as trends die, creators, you know, they move along, they go to the next trend, but he created his entire personality around this one trend. So it's hard for him to move on past this one thing when that's all he is. So he just didn't. Not until about 1 month ago.
What happened to CandyKen?
And that's where our journey begins. Things changed. He left LA. He left Hollywood Boulevard. He left the influencer scene and he went to little old Texas. Gun shooting, beer drinking Texas. He's starting to wear military clothing, even though he's not in the military, which to me is some of the corniest thing you can do. Like if you were in the military and you want to flex like, oh, look at me. I shot and killed 8 people. Go for it. Good for you. But if you weren't, you're weird. You're strange. And the third and final thing, which is probably the biggest surprise to everybody, he now runs a conservative right-wing podcast. CandyKen. Yes, CandyKen. If you know who this is, he's the one who is running that. But before we get into this podcast, we have to go to his vlogs because they have changed a little bit. He still does vlogs. They're not as often, but that's still his main form of content. I keep giving warnings, but I need you to prepare, seriously prepare for what I'm about to show you. Take a sip of water, clench your butt cheeks if you need to, because this is something else. So this is the first video we're going to be watching. It's called The Real Reason We Moved to Texas. The Unicorn Family. And I don't mean to be rude, but the fall off is insane. 3.24 million subscribers, 8.2k views. I don't know what happened. So I think I know why he may have only 8,000 views. The intro song was 50 seconds long. That is not good for retention, CandyKen. Get that shorter. We need to be in there in the first 10 seconds at least. And then we're somewhere in Texas, you know, he's not gonna dox himself. The opening scene is already crazy, so just watch.
With a brand new video. It's been a while.
Look at that. Look at that. What the? You did not expect that. You did not expect that. Tell me right now you expected that, because you can't. You can't. His house is covered in anime women. This is a married man with a child, like a 2-year-old child. In his house, his newly bought house, his newly bought mansion is covered in anime women posters. When I first watched the video, I literally jumped out of my seat laughing. I did not expect this at all. Okay, this is their child. This is their child, and I just want you to guess what their name is. You're not gonna get it unless you already know it. You're not gonna get it. This is the wildest thing to me. Look at it. Look at what it says right there. Rodeo. As in what? As in what? You might be wondering. Rodeo Drive. He named his firstborn child after Rodeo Drive. People say that the next generation is like, they're done for. With Skibbity Toilet, with Yacht. We were already done for. We're already cooked. Y'all are naming your children Rodeo. This is the character Baby J. I don't think she goes by that anymore because she's a mother now. But she used to use the most annoying voice ever. And I'm happy that they've moved past that. I'm happy that they've gotten to a new arc in their lives. So we have the anime women hallway, of course, you know, as every household does. And then wait for it. Wait for it. You're not ready for it. Pan the camera, guy. Pan the camera. Come on. Look at what? Pillows. The entire walls are covered by it. This is not real. I refuse to believe this is a real house. This gotta be fake.
There's a lot of wall up here.
Yeah, that they're gonna cover with more anime women. It's just everywhere you look. I know I keep going on about it, but it's literally everywhere you look. Look in this frame. Every bit of wall is covered by it. I feel bad for this kid. That's practically it. That's all I wanted to show you from his videos. I was just so astounded by that discovery that I had to show it to you. Now let's get into the podcast.
There's a new book section for children where they have non-binary books, gay BCs, and pronouns.
Wow. I need to be more warrior-like, and part of that is obviously protecting my son and seeing like a gay.
Yes, because how dare a child know about his option? How dare a child feel seen? How dare a child feel like there's other people like him? I don't even know who this guy is. I should probably look that up. So apparently he's like some YouTube comedian or something. And this guy talking about, oh, I have to grow to become a warrior. God is like, you're not real. There's no way you're a real human being. You are sitting in this Poppy Playtime looking studio with rainbow covered carpet all over the walls and talking about, I need to become a warrior to protect my family from these intruders. How dare they educate my children on matters I do not like.
And so I think like the warrior spirit inside of me, at least through my perspective, I see that. I'm like, whoa, protect.
It's so wild. Him saying this well in this room. Warrior spirit. Oh, protect. Bro, you are talking to CandyKen in a rainbow covered room. You've lost all your warrior spirit. Your warrior spirit went down the drain. I simply just don't get the mindset of these people. Because there will be videos of like there was this video, you probably have seen it. It's where like this person took his child to like Hooters or something, and the young boy was astounded at what he saw, and everyone was perfectly okay with it. So what is the difference? Seriously, like what is it? Because they're both young children.
And I always bring up this, like, how would they feel if there's like a straight book, how to be straight, the straight ABCs.
Yeah.
Like,
You don't hear anything about that. I was gonna say the same thing. I was gonna be like, what if these people solve that book that he's talking about? Would they be okay with it? Because I don't know. I seriously don't know.
And then you have these, kids' books. Like, why does any level of sexuality need to be involved with learning the alphabet? Guess what? It doesn't. So I will see that for what it is. It's a predatory piece of content.
Okay, that is fair. That is completely fair. I don't think either side should be, depending on how young the children are. I mean, they're talking about learning their ABCs, so clearly they're very young. But I feel like it's specifically because of it being the gay BCs that they're mad.
Yeah, celebrate it if you did something awesome. Like whatever, your team wins or you got the first place trophy or you like literally tried your best at something, win or lose.
This is the worst thing I've ever heard. I hate this argument so much where they're like, oh, I hate participation trophies that people get now. Who's giving them to the kids? You are. The children aren't creating them by hand. They ain't crafting them from stones and sticks. They ain't buying them with their 8 pennies they found in the couch cushions. You're giving it to them. So why are you complaining about it? Your people, your generation of people are rewarding the thing and then blaming it on the children just because.
your whole perspective changes before you're like, yeah, like maybe like many years ago I would think like a gender neutral restroom sounds kind of cool, like blah blah blah. But once I think you have a daughter or a son, you don't want that because it becomes with danger and things are not that funny anymore.
Literally, who cares? If there's 3 of them, if there's the male, female, and then that one, who cares? It just doesn't matter. It doesn't involve you. It at no point does it. You can just skip past it. You can walk past it. Considering it would be built after, you probably wouldn't even have to walk past it. It'd probably be past your bathroom.
I mean, just like you, I had my son 3 years ago. Not like I had him. I'm not like they say men can get pregnant. I've tried. I must have not a very good.
You've tried? You've tried? Hey, we're accepting here in my community, okay? We'll take you. You must have really liked getting pumped full. Okay, I cannot say nope.
I'd hear like, oh, public schools, like it's not going to be the best education, but it's going to be like neutral. It won't do harm. You just might not get as good of an education as if you're at a Waldorf school or Montessori. But now it's like, oh, public schools, that's a threat. But I didn't see that before. I had my father instinct lens.
Public schools, that's a threat. I feel like going not to public school is kind of a threat for your child. Going through those 12, 13 years of public school is something you can't experience it anywhere else on this planet. You can learn anywhere. You can learn any time in your life. You're never going to experience those sucky 3 years of middle school. Those up and down years of high school. And then pretty good years of elementary school. My elementary school years were pretty good. There's nothing like that. And I haven't even gotten out of it, and I know that. And private school is different. Sure, you might learn different things. You might learn more stuff that you agree with. But socially, it won't even be close. Socially, I feel like kids need public school. Because again, it's so terrible that it works amazingly.
I'm grateful for COVID.
Yeah, I'm grateful, very grateful, because it forced me to really question everything.
Yeah.
They overstepped so much that at this point I was like, you know what, if this vaccine...
Good for you. Good for you. You use the death of a lot of people for your questioning of society and the government. Good for you. Go for it, champ. This is embarrassing. How are you a grown adult saying this stuff? That's where I'm going to end it today. I hate being like political. I don't want to be no political YouTuber. But sometimes people say stupid stuff and you got to respond back to them. Even though you shouldn't. You know, you're always told don't argue with a stupid person. But today I did that. So I'm sorry.